Good evening, America. Unless you're watching from California, then maybe not so good. Just kidding. Sort of, it's your favorite president, some say the best ever. And tonight, I've got a few things to say. So grab your popcorn, turn off the fake news, and let's talk about what's really going on. It's going to be good, really good.
This message is for you, Donald Trump. Hey, I'm so proud of you, Unc. You going hard, man. Keep going hard for the American people. We appreciate what you're doing. Everybody know they're giving you a rough time, but hey, you keep fighting for us, and we appreciate that, man. This is the first time that I ever really paid attention to what's going on in the White House, and I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. I never thought that the president actually could make stuff happen. I thought it was people around him that had to make this stuff happen, but I see the president can make stuff happen, and I see why they didn't want you to be the president, because you speak for the American people, because you show leadership. You show leadership through action. You don't bow down to nobody. You let people know why America is great. And that's how it's supposed to be. They said the tariffs wasn't going to work. Guess what? It's working. You're doing everything, and it's working. And they're mad about it. So keep up the great work. Hey, I love you, Unc, man. Look, I appreciate it. Just keep going hard for us. All right, Unc, have a great day. All right, Maga, stay up.
The media and our friends in the Democrat Party kept saying we needed new legislation. We must have legislation to secure the border. But it turned out that all we really needed was a new president.
Hey, okay, no.
Pavel wanted any documentation. Just tell him to get medical conditions. Dit que vous avez des conditions médicaux. Rien d'autre. Les conditions médicaux, rien d'autre. Vous avez le droit de rester silencieux sur ça. You should be ashamed of yourselves. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Si tiene medicina o si tiene condiciones médicas, díganles, pero nada más. Condición médica, nada más. No diga nada.
Let go, move back! Get out the way! Get out the way! Get out the way! Get out the way! I'm against the wall! Get out the way! Get out the way!
Don't touch
me too.
Don't push me.
Don't push me too. Guys. I'm just trying to run to with him.
Just relax.
No le digan nada más.
Get the wall. Get the wall. Get the wall.
They have a right to present their case. They have a right to present evidence, but they were not given that opportunity. This is complete lawlessness.
My name is Councilmember Julie Won, Juliewon, with the New York City Council.
Assemblymember Grace Lee.
Did you guys see the last trial?
Yes.
Can you explain that?
His is still, he didn't even have a proper hearing yet. So they were still waiting for his hearing as well. That's why he was never seated inside the court. He was still waiting. The same way the other two previously, the West African men who were taken as well, their case was adjourned because the court didn't give them the proper translators.
Why was his conviction? Why didn't
I don't know the details of that. Because we're in and out.
He's seeking asylum in the United States, whose life was under threat in his home country.
Yeah, we would have to check.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough.
On this vote, the yeas are 218, the nays are 214. The motion is adopted.
A few moments later.
Hi everybody, I lost my voice. We were forced back here, took a red-eye flight, haven't slept. We're here being forced back to vote on this disastrous budget proposal that is going to decimate our rural hospitals, healthcare that families, millions of families across the United States rely on.
The administration uncovers waste, fraud, and abuse of taxpayer dollars. A key focus has been Medicaid, with GOP lawmakers introducing legislation that prohibits health care funding and benefits to illegal aliens. They argue it served as a magnet for crossing the border illegally without seeking asylum. Joining us this morning to discuss the latest headlines on the Hill is Washington insider Armstrong Williams. Good to see you, sir, as always. How much funding has gone to cover medical expenses specifically for illegal aliens?
$27 billion. 3 meals a day, unlimited health care, unlimited visits. I mean, when you think about how Americans are struggling with health care and how quickly these physicians want to get them out of that hospital, no matter what the procedure is, it's almost, it takes your breath away that they're spending this kind of money on people just coming in this country. What you want to get in the country too? If you could get free health care, imagine you realize you've got some kind of health challenge and you can't get it in your country. You almost die to get here just to take advantage of this loophole.
Meanwhile,
not a single undocumented immigrant in this country gets a dime in federal taxpayer dollars for any part of comprehensive Medicaid coverage.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop fucking lying.
Not one.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit?
Not a single undocumented immigrant in this country.
Bernie, the problem of corruption is not just in the federal agencies, it's in Congress too. Almost all the members of this panel are accepting, including yourself, are accepting millions of dollars from the pharmaceutical industry.
Oh, no,
and
no,
protecting
no, no,
their
no.
interests.
Oh, I thought that would come. No. I ran for president like you. I got millions and millions of contributions. They did not come from the executives, not one nickel of PAC money from the pharmaceutical industry. They came from workers.
In 2020, you were the single largest receiver of pharmaceutical money.
Contributions from workers all over this country. Workers,
you were the
not a nickel from corporate PACs.
You were the single largest acceptor of pharmaceutical dollars.
No, from workers in the industry.
1.5 million.
Yeah, out of 200 million. All right.
Gets a dime in federal taxpayer dollars for any part of comprehensive Medicaid coverage.
You said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Not one.
But y'all had 4 years to do exactly what the hell was right. But instead, y'all sat your goofy ass y'all still big-ass mad. Woo, I can't stand these damn people. Woo, they get on my nerves. I wish Hakeem Jeffries would shut up. Sit down and just shut that. See, I'm trying my hardest to watch my mouth, but they be pissing me off.
Harass me.
Dude, you tried to get the police on me.
I just have to ask you, it seems like you're advocating for millions of illegals to be paid, their health care be paid for by taxpayers. Is that wrong? Because your constituents are having to pay for the health insurance of millions of illegals brought in by Joe Biden. Do you condemn that? Is that not a problem? No? Come on, it's a pretty easy question. You can condemn it. You can say yes, I do support it. I mean, your lack of an answer. Oh yeah, call the police on me for asking a congresswoman a question. That's exactly what you're doing. That's exactly what you're doing.
That's fine.
No, it's okay. So I mean, can I get a quick answer to that question? Quick answer to that question. Do you support illegals getting taxpayer-funded health care?
You're my hero.
It's incredible. We pay these salaries. The taxpayers pay these salaries, and we can't even get an answer to the question. See, thank you. You tried, but it's not going to work. I'm going to continue to ask questions, bud. Dude, you tried to call the police. What are you talking about? Exactly, you lost. It didn't work. All right, let's do a little bit of an easier one here at this point. How about condemning the violent riots in Los Angeles? Are you willing to do that at least? I mean, come on. We're talking about people that were setting buildings and cars on fire, assaulting ICE agents. Can we do that? Can we do that?
Don't say anything.
All right, condemning. Yeah, don't say anything. Don't say anything. Yeah, you're right. That's probably not a good idea. Okay, all right. So not gonna condemn the violent riots in Los Angeles. This is amazing. This is the Democrat Party.
As long as you don't impede the flow. Harass that lady. And all these Christian people here, now harass me the same way you just want. We can disagree, but harass me.
Dude, you tried to get the police on me.
The difference between me and her is, I ain't afraid of you. So harass me the way you just harassed that lady. And the brother that's laughing about it, harass me. No.
Bro, you need to calm down.
Harass me.
I
dare you. Harass me the way you just harassed her.
You're the one that just chased me down, bro.
Harass me the way you just harassed her. Harass me.
You'll be okay.
Harass me the way you just. I see you walking away.
Huh?
Harass me the way you just harassed her.
You can keep following me if you want to. You're the one that ran it. Dude, you ran from all the way over there after me.
I see you walking away.
All right, you can keep walking with me.
I see you walking away.
You can keep walking with me if you want to.
Harass me.
What are you talking
about?
about?
The way you just harassed that lady.
How about you try? What are you even talking about?
Any question you want. Just
I don't know who you
me.
are. Why the fuck am I going to talk to you?
Harass
who are you?
Me the way you harass
who
that
are
lady.
you?
Harass me the way you harass
Are you going to tell me who you are? Or are you just going to
Harass
stand
me.
here and? Okay, so we're not. All right, so this is going nowhere. You're free to keep walking with me if you
I don't
want
need
to.
Harass
Okay.
me.
Well, you just ran from all the way over there. So
I
assuming
see
you want me to.
I see you leaving.
Okay, are you going to say anything productive?
I see you leaving.
So you're not going to tell me who you are.
I see you leaving.
Come with me.
You support
Come with me, dude. You just ran like 100 yards to come get me. Like you can keep walking if you want to.
You got no foreskin. Do you have a foreskin, man?
We've also talked about the fact that it also has delayed medical procedures for Americans because there's no room, there's no time on the schedule because of other issues that have persisted within the healthcare industry. Now,
I think this is one of the saddest days in modern American history. This is the largest withdrawal and ending of healthcare in American history. 17 million people in our country, 17 million Americans in our country are going to lose their Medicaid.
With a lie detector determined that was a lie.
Not to mention the fact that they continue to spin this lie that Republicans are eliminating Medicare and Medicaid. Let me be clear. If you are an able-bodied male or female who can go to work, or you're an illegal alien who is criminally here, then why should you be being paid for by taxpayers on Medicare and Medicaid? This doesn't eliminate those who are in need of these benefits. Look, I was adopted at 9 years old by my grandparents. These are people who relied on Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security. When my grandfather had quadruple pass, he relied on disability. You think that I'm going to touch any of that to hurt our elderly or to hurt those who are in need? Absolutely not. And neither is any other Republican. What we will do, though, is stop the waste, fraud, and abuse by able-bodied men and women who are taking advantage of the benefits, or criminal migrants who are here and who are on benefits that they're not deserving of.
It's hard to hold back the tears with how bad this bill really is, the impact that it will make in Colorado, and especially in rural Colorado.
Everybody needs to adult real hard, and the jackassery has to stop. And if you're unhappy with that, vote against it or fill out a hurt feelings report.
I have to say, Scott, him saying I'm not going to vote for Medicaid cuts and then he voted for this bill, which like very clearly does cut Medicaid.
Yeah, but who does it cut Medicaid for? Illegal aliens, people who won't get off grandma's couch despite being able-bodied adults.
Right, but hang on.
It is a protection of the Social Security
I actually know too much about this because I used to be a healthcare policy reporter on Capitol Hill. Okay, so putting that hat on for a second, the people that are really going to suffer, and the reason this is a problem for Lisa Murkowski and Josh Hawley, are the rural hospitals with emergency rooms into which people like that may walk. Mm-hmm. And if they don't have Medicaid, they're not getting any, that hospital is not getting any money from that person or from the federal government.
Well, the Senate included a massive fund for rural hospitals. I think, was it $50 billion, or do they wind up, I forget where they wound up, but a massive fund to cover just what you're talking about. So some care was put into thinking about how do you protect rural hospitals from downside outcomes. So I think that's one of the reasons they're ultimately going to get it over the line, is because they actually work to fix little individual pieces that had people upset about it.
No digan nada. Tienen derecho a quedarse callados. No digan nada. No firmen nada. I can say whatever I want.
You can say whatever you want.
I can.
But you can't disturb us.
And I can record so they can know they don't have to tell you anything.
That's okay. I
Okay?
understand. Thank you for your opinion.
Thank you. I'm a U.S. citizen. Can say whatever I want.
You can say whatever you
And
want.
I'm going to record everything you guys are doing. And I don't care.
Okay, could you do me a favor?
Let me just tell you how disgusting this behavior is, because I would never, ever do this to somebody, no matter how you vote, what you voted for, who you voted for. I do not care. I would never, ever act like this. I was literally at dinner with my family and family friends, and I'm wearing my Trump hat. That's who I voted for. That's who your fucking president is. And I had someone come up to me, and he was sitting at a big table, I don't know, a large party of like maybe 12 people, comes up to me and he said, "Can I ask why you voted for that person and why you're wearing that hat?" And I said, "I voted for him because it was my right, just like whoever you voted for was your right," assuming already that he votes opposite of me. He said, "Okay, well, I'll be honest, I voted for him too, but a bunch of people at my table hate Trump." And I said, "Okay, that's fine, that's their right." And he goes, "But a lot of them said that they would pay me $50 if you would let me flip his hat off of your head." And he goes, "So can I do that? Can I flip your hat off of your head?" And I looked at him and I said, "You cannot." And I look over and I have a whole table, and this is grown adults, by the way, multiple grown adults who allegedly are now saying that they're nurses and doctors and blah, 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 as if that gives them a green light to act like that. So they are sitting there and staring at me. So I decided to look at them, and I blew them a kiss because I did not allow him to flip the hat off of my head, which I think is like so invasive and so inappropriate. Mind you, I had my 8-year-old son at dinner with me. Then fast forward to about 10 minutes after that, there's a woman who's kind of wandering around the bar. She's completely like disoriented. She kind of is super wobbly. This woman falls down. She's an older lady. I get up out of my chair and I run over to help her up. She happens to be next to this table full of Trump haters, right? So I'm helping this woman up who almost hit her head. She's completely out of it. Just did not seem like she was with it. She clearly had dementia. I'm helping this elderly woman up, and this table starts barking, "You voted for Trump? Did you vote for Trump?" As I'm helping a woman up who we had to call 911 on, and she had to get taken to the hospital because she was completely out of it. It was beyond drunk. Apparently a neighbor of hers was there, said that she had dementia, a brain injury not too long ago. Anyway, the fact that I couldn't even help someone in need without these liberals heckling me was disgusting. And I took a picture of them because I was so frazzled, and you guys, like, Listen, I know when I wear this hat, I'm going to have people that are not going to like it. However, I am not expecting a group of adults who sat there and said, we're nurses and we're doctors. Guess what? I'm in the fucking medical field too. Go fuck yourselves. I don't even care if you're a priest. You do not act like that. That is disgusting behavior. So I'm going to post a picture, and I hope this woman's face, this is the mother of the group, by the way, the mother of the group. I hope this woman's face goes so viral, and her husband who's sitting on her left goes so viral. You guys are disgusting. I hope someone knows you. I hope this gets back to your workplace. You are a foul individual.
Let's go. The big, beautiful bill has passed. President Trump made promises. President Trump kept his promises. Now you got a whole bunch of people upset, mad, angry, saying, oh my goodness, wait and see what's going to happen after they sign this bill. Wait is going to see what's going to happen. You know, they said the same thing about President Trump doing the tariffs, saying, oh my goodness, all the prices of everything are going to go up through the roof. Well, guess what? Things are getting better based on President Trump's tariffs that he put in place. So stop with all the nonsense. You don't need to send me any messages telling me that, oh my goodness, this is going to be terrible for America. Where have you been for the last 4 years before President Trump? Every single thing that the Democrats did in this country was terrible. And for some reason, you want to continue down that path, which doesn't make a lick of sense. Talking about common sense, radical leftist lunatics don't have any sense at all. You don't have any. And I think you like being that way. Because President Trump said no taxes on tips, no taxes on overtime, no taxes on Social Security, and they just signed it today. So tomorrow morning, according to President Trump, 9 a.m., he's going to sign the big, beautiful bill into law, and it's going to be a done deal. For all of you that are upset with President Trump for keeping his promises, shame on you. Shame on you. Why are you even in America if you hate America so much? Because this bill is America first. And no, it's not going to get rid of Medicare for millions of Americans, maybe illegals, and maybe people who was gaining the system. Probably going to remove it for them, rightfully so. So all of y'all, buckle up. America is about to explode with beautifulness. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Oh yeah, one more thing. I voted for this. This is what I voted for. I voted for what they just did. And thank you, President Trump, for getting the job done. You like the information, like the reporting, like, follow, subscribe.
We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more.
A few moments later.
Happy Independence Day. I want to talk about just how significant the largest infusion of border resources we are getting in the big, beautiful bill. Every border official I've ever talked to said there's three things you need to secure our nation: infrastructure, manpower, and technology. Let's break down the $100 billion, a huge $46.5 billion for border wall construction upgrades and the detection technology. While the numbers are lower than they've ever been, the wall is what works. Every Border Patrol official has told me that, and they're going to continue to build it. Now, you've also got to talk about why so many people were released under the Biden years. It's because they ran out of places to hold them. They told us we have nowhere to house them, so we have to release them. Well, we're talking about $45 billion for single adult detention in family residential centers. That's going to be for temporary places, kind of like Alcatraz we hear, where as ICE arrests arrest the criminal migrant illegal aliens into the interior of the country. They'll have a place to put them as they make their way out of the country. You've got nearly $30 billion for hiring, training, and retention of ICE officers, technology, and transport. They are at a level now where if they get this resources, they can really move and ultimately get the more than 400,000 criminal illegal aliens we know are in our country. Finally, just over $4 billion for the hiring and training for Border Patrol agents and others. While numbers are down on that southern border, we still need people to walk the line there. $100 billion total. So
that President Trump is finding and apprehending that our Democrat judges and Democrat activists are trying to keep on U.S. soil. Tren de Aragua has the same legal status as Al-Qaeda and ISIS. MS-13 has the same legal status as Al-Qaeda and ISIS. These are foreign terrorists operating on our soil. And our gratitude to El Salvador for agreeing to take custody of these terrorists is immense. With respect to the case that you mentioned, there's now even been more evidence that has been made public of this person's violent, repeated threats and assaults against his spouse, someone who had repeated, documented human trafficking and human smuggling offenses, somebody that has extensively documented membership in MS-13, a terrorist organization, and of course he had MS-13 tattooed on his knuckles. This is a person that was a clear and present danger to the safety of the American people. And it is a sad reflection on the state of our media and many of the outlets represented in this room that you obsessively try to shill for this MS-13 terrorist. Well, no coverage occurred in your papers about any of the Americans that were raped and tortured and murdered by the illegals that Biden was importing into our country. You know, you talk about due process. The Biden administration made the decision to give extensive due process to 2 Tren de Aragua terrorists that were apprehended at the border just a couple years ago. They were 2 gentlemen. They were from Venezuela. They were members of Tren de Aragua. The Biden administration, Border Patrol, apprehended them and made the decision to provide them with extensive due process, put them onto a program known as supervised release, and put them on ankle monitors so that they could go through a lengthy legal, judicial determination as to whether these legal aliens who had just set foot on U.S. soil might want to live in the United States for the rest of their lives. What was the result of that decision? What was the result of that choice that was made? Those 2 men kidnapped a young girl named Jocelyn Ungary from her family. They beat her, they sexually assaulted her, they tortured her, they stripped her, they murdered her, and they dumped her body. That is what the Biden administration's policy was. Most of your papers never covered her story when it happened. To the extent that you covered it at all, it was because President Trump forced you to cover it by highlighting it repeatedly over and over again. He had to shame you into covering it. And each and every one of you that sides over and over again with these MS-13 terrorists, to the extent that you have the financial means to do so, you all choose to live in condos or homes or houses as far away from these kinds of gangbangers as you possibly can. If I offered any one of you a rent-free home with no taxes to pay in any of these gang neighborhoods, and I said your neighbors are MS-13 terrorists or Mexican mafia or Sinaloa cartel or Tren de Aragua, I couldn't pay you to live there. But yet you, with your coverage, are trying to force innocent Americans to have these people as their neighbors, and that one day their daughter may be abducted from their home and raped and murdered. So you're not going to get an ounce of sympathy from this administration or President Trump for the terrorists who've invaded our homes and our country.
Awesome. Thank you. Peter, we'll take a couple more questions.
A couple questions on Doge, of course, because that's the topic that you're here to speak about. But I want to ask you one other question about the topic of prices. We heard from the president on this just yesterday, right now, on prices and the risk that there could be some short-term, as he said, shortages. He was referring specifically to dolls. What do you tell Americans right now, Stephen, who say they can't afford to, in the president's words, be patient? Americans who voted for President Trump on his promise that he would lower prices across the board on day 1.
But he did lower prices across the board on day 1.
Well, grocery prices last month went up 0.4%, of course. So I mean, just across the board, not exclusively eggs.
Inflation, as you would acknowledge, is down substantially. Gas prices are down substantially. The new GDP report showed a 22% record increase in investment in the United States of America. So all of the, and don't even, egg prices, of course, which was all you guys talked about for a few days, I think are down like 80%. The reality is that we can either surrender economically to China, or we can reclaim and reshore our manufacturing base and our industrial needs. And it's not just China. In the event of any national emergency, this is the president's first duty as commander-in-chief. In the event of any national emergency, we cannot be reliant on foreign countries for steel, aluminum, energy, technology, any of the essential components that we need to keep this country running. He is fulfilling.
The federal search warrant to search the premises. So whoever that needs to be, I need to come ASAP.
Dijimos que no iban a ser arrestados, pero ya me abrieron la puerta, van a ser arrestados. Eso ya es.
Floating around. Yeah, floating around.
This one, Billy.
El Salvador President Nayib Bukele has released a video showing Kilmar Abrego Garcia apparently thriving during his imprisonment. Bukele refuted the migrants' claims that he was tortured while in custody. Abrego Garcia, who a judge ruled was erroneously deported by the Trump administration to El Salvador and then returned after a court order. Garcia can be seen in the video gardening, playing soccer, fishing, and enjoying other leisurely activities while imprisoned in his home country. Abrego Garcia said he was kicked and hit so often after arrival that by the following day, he had visible bruises and lumps all over his body. He said he and 20 others were forced to kneel all night long, and guards hit anyone who fell. Abrego Garcia was first held at the country's Terrorism Confinement Center, or CCOT, a notorious anti-terrorism prison, in March and then transferred to a lower security facility in Santa Ana in mid-April. Bukele does not say which prison the footage was taken from. According to court documents, Abrego Garcia's physical condition deteriorated quickly upon arrival at CCOT, and within 2 weeks he lost roughly 31 pounds. But Bukele pushed back against those claims, claiming he actually put on weight and released video evidence to refute claims of torture. The video shows Abrego Garcia in seemingly good spirits, playing chess and soccer, working out with fellow inmates, doing gardening and relaxing while watching a widescreen television in his cell, among other leisurely activities. Bukele went on to rip the mainstream media for seemingly believing the claims.
Man, keep doing your job, bro. It done got out of control. Keep doing your job. Woo, man, y'all are not playing today, huh? Woo. Oh, they getting them. They getting them. They getting them all out of here. They got the Home Depot set up. Look. It's on Avenue, the Home Depot. They getting them. They locking them down. Listen. You can't come in a country and just live like you free. They getting them.
So I was watching the ice raids in downtown LA right now, and I'm gonna tell you something that pisses me off. I don't care if you don't agree with me in the comments. If you attack a federal officer, if you put a federal officer's life in danger, if you throw objects at them that could possibly cause extreme or serious bodily harm to them, they should have every right to pull out their rifle and light you up, and light up anybody besides you that's engaging in that behavior. I don't care, okay? This is absurd. They wouldn't be there if people weren't breaking the law. Follow the law. It's very simple. When agents go somewhere, they go there because laws are being broken. So if there's people who want to attack these agents for doing their job and for making sure that the laws that are passed are followed and their lives are being put in danger, there should be no reason why they should have to take that shit. America is too lenient, okay? If this was fucking China or Russia, shot on the spot, You would get shot on the spot. You know, I guess be happy that you're American and you could do this bullshit.
DHS officials say they will no longer return migrants facing prosecution to California. Borders Czar Tom Homan cites the state's no-bail policies and refusal to honor ICE detainers as the reason for the change. Senior national correspondent William Lajeunesse is live from Los Angeles. Good morning, William.
Hey, good morning, Mike. So if you're ICE or the Border Patrol, and you have reason to believe that the criminal alien that you have just detained will never see the inside of a courtroom, why would you give him back to a city or a system that could not hold him in the first place?
There's a lot of criminals and a lot of illegal aliens here in the City of Angels, and we're going to be here till the mission gets done.
Chief Greg Bovino leads a task force of 100 Border Patrol agents in Los Angeles. His team recently picked up a Chinese national who was not only in the country illegally, but also wanted in L.A. for assault with a deadly weapon. Normally, he'd be handed over to local officials for prosecution. But Bovino posted on X, that's no longer happening. Quote, due to sanctuary policies in California, we aren't turning him over to local authorities because, as we've seen many times, this criminal illegal alien will be released back into the country.
We're seeing a lot of bad actors, bad apples, criminals, and things like that. So rather than put them right back out on the street to harm agents, to harm our citizens, let's just get them out of the country.
Another Bovino post refers to this Salvadoran national wanted for auto theft. Rather than trust LA to prosecute, he's been deported.
If they don't have faith that we can do our job, I would say they should have that faith.
LA DA Nathan Hochman insists his office does prosecute.
And once they've served their jail or state prison time, they'll be turned immediately over to the federal officials. With the warrant, it's automatic.
The problem is lesser felonies often don't make it to trial, and given many cities' no bail policies and refusal to honor ICE detainers, some suspects simply disappear.
If someone wants someone back in custody to prosecute them, they need to do a writ guaranteeing us that when they're done, they'll get them back to us.
So the exception, Mike, is an exceptionally violent crime or a murder case. The agencies will contact the local prosecutor or police department. But for garden variety crimes, they're going to be deported first.
I can't stand when you motherfuckers get in my DMs and ask me, am I happy with my vote? Am I happy? Look what he did. Look what he doing to the country. Look what he doing to the world. I don't see the bullshit y'all see. I see somebody out here trying to make the country, our country, in the world a better place. That's what the fuck I see. And yes, I'm happy. Yes, I'm ecstatic at my motherfucking vote. I am happy as hell that I voted adults to be back in business. I voted the adults to be back in office to run this goddamn country the way it needed to be ran. This whole time we've been getting ran by Pamper Joe and them fucking aristocrats and they goddamn bamboozling money asses. I ain't want to say the word because I don't want to get hit with no community guidelines. But you damn right I'm happy the adults are back in time and in office. You damn right I'm happy we got a president with the balls to do what need to be done, no matter if the country don't like him or no matter if other countries don't like him. He doing what needed to be done for the betterment of the United States and for the betterment of the world. You damn right I'm happy. I am ecstatic. And you know what makes me even happier about my vote? We ain't even a year in. Uncle Donald Trump still got 3.5 more years to be president. Motherfucker, we ain't even a full year in. He done did. I'm happy. I can only imagine what's finna happen in the next 3.5 years. I might make my first $1 million. I know, Mike, I'm gonna make my first $1 million. You damn right. Cause the way Jerome Trump orchestrated these chess pieces, yeah. He putting us in positions to be all millionaires, and y'all bitches don't even see it. All y'all want to, well, he ain't putting y'all in position because all y'all gonna do is sit there and cry and complain while your ass is whistling and shit. While he putting the country in a better position. So you damn right I'm happy with my vote. I'm so motherfucking happy I can scream in this bitch. Yes, Lord.
Do you believe deploying the military to conduct law enforcement on U.S. soil is legal?
Look, we have to make certain that we protect American cities. If not for President Trump, Los Angeles would be burning right now. We had 6 ICE agents that were totally in fear of their life because local officials, an incompetent mayor, a grossly incompetent governor, refused to do their job.
Is there anything you would not find acceptable for the U.S. military to do on U.S. soil?
Look, President Trump understands what the Constitution is. He understands what the laws are. We have to protect our cities. We have to protect our ICE agents. We have to protect our federal buildings. And Gavin Newsom should maybe get off Twitter and start actually going down to L.A. and protecting his own citizens.
The courts have ruled on the Guard. They will be back under my command.
A few moments later.
Okay, why is Trump back in control of the National Guard, you guys? What the hell is going on? First I lose my pool boy Roberto, and now this? I seriously need a mani-pedi right now. A bottle of wine, cherry ice cream, and a whole season of Will and Grace. Fuck this politics thingy.
What's actually happening is they're buying voters. That's really what's happening. It's like a giant voter fraud scam. They're importing voters. It's easy to understand if you look at basic incentives. The basic incentive here is the more illegals that the Democrats can bring in, the more likely they are to win. So that's what they're going to do. That's what they have been doing, and it worked in California. California's supermajority Dem. And look at all the companies that are leaving California.
Yeah.
I mean, In-N-Out just announced they're leaving.
Yep.
Their headquarters leaving California.
They're moving to Tennessee.
A 4th day of rallies and protests on the streets of Los Angeles.
It was a peaceful rally. What is going on right now is also peaceful.
Here we are expecting rallies later on.
When they show up, we gotta show up even stronger.
In Los Angeles, there is a new crowd of protesters that has been building.
CNN had it that these were rallies. Now they've become protests. I'm afraid that by tonight they become riots. If we don't have the ability to stand up and stop this violence before it consumes a great city like Los Angeles, then there's no telling where this could spread.
Are hardworking, good people, and they're the backbone of our city, and they should have access to all the things that we have access to. And I just don't think they understand that it's a political pawn. I don't think they understand.
It's a political game.
This is not done for compassion and kindness.
No.
This is just done to ensure that it stays blue.
Correct.
Yeah, and it's essentially a bribery with your tax dollars.
Yes, this is why the Dems will not even deport criminals.
Yeah.
Because every criminal deported is a lost vote.